Hello, I'm Dave Kendall, and welcome to the Washtenaw Golf Club.
So I want to do thank yous to our sponsors, because we had a lot of new sponsors this year too. So thank you to B&D Cold-Headed Products. We appreciate you. We have our very own Gangsome that we call. They are huge supporters, so thank you guys. And we also have an anonymous donor that also supports with you guys. So we appreciate you guys. Thank you to My Locker for being a Dennis Walters sponsor. We have the Herman Family Agency and the Farm Bureau Agency. We've got Manpower Inc. We have Cameo Countertops. We have Miles of Golf, Kendall Academy, and thank you to O&W, who is one of our beer sponsor, or our beer vendors, and they were amazing, giving us some nice prizes and beer. So on that note, I am going to pass it off to Debbie Williams Hoak, because we have a couple people that want to come up and do some talking for us. And then we don't have scores just yet, so we're going to go into that and then lead into scores, and then we're good to go. And before I do one more thank you, I do want to say thank you to Dennis Walters for being very flexible today, by the way. We appreciate you coming.
Thank you very much, Donna. I approached Dave about this and he thought it would be a good idea, but as many of you know, I coach high school golf at Saline and coach the boys golf team. And this year we were very, very fortunate to be invited to the American Dunes Golf Tournament. It's kind of an elite tournament, and the Saline guys got to go up there. It was all of our first experience playing American Dunes and honoring the Folds of Honor, and it was just so impactful for all of us to be able to be up there. When 1 o'clock came and they played taps, I was back on the course, and I'm getting goosebumps right now talking about it. But it was an unbelievable experience to look back towards the clubhouse and see all these young men come to a complete stop while they played taps. Now we all know everybody likes to move around, but all of these guys were just motionless. It was just an unbelievable experience, and we're all here today to honor and to support the Folds of Honor. And we just thought maybe for all of you to know how it impacts a lot of people. So I have three of my guys here that would just like to say a few words. Will Winslow, Brian Kang, and Giuseppe Giacalone, who had the opportunity to play. And as young men, were so impacted by the Folds of Honor and American Dunes.
Hello, I'm Giuseppe Giacalone. I graduated this year from Saline. I was on the golf team since my sophomore year, and when we heard we were playing American Dunes, it was pretty cool because one, the course itself is amazing, and two, we learned on what we're playing about. And we dedicated our hero, which every other team dedicated. It was Kate Melcher. She was a Apache helicopter pilot, and it was really cool because the night before we called her on the phone, we talked to her about main questions, and she told us about two of her friends who died in battle, and we wrote the names of their initials on our golf balls, and we all played with them that day. And throughout the whole course, like Coach Debbie said, they had the taps playing at 1 o'clock. We did the national anthem before the round, which we've never done before a high school tournament. And then on hole 18, they have a huge cross right behind the tee box that every player in the field that day got a nickel that you threw on it, because it's tradition what you do there. And just the whole experience itself, we were all in USA. We had hats, pullovers, the shirts that they're wearing right there. I just lost mine. But we were all wearing those, and we were definitely the most dripped out team at the tournament. But I'm going to lead over to Brian. He has some more stuff to tell you.
Hello, like Giuseppe said, my name is Brian. I'm a rising senior, and I've been on the team for all 4 years. So from the moment that we stepped out and walked through the memorial, I knew that this tournament meant more than just a golf tournament, and it held a larger significance. From listening to our national anthem before the round started, to honoring our hero, Kate Melcher, like Giuseppe said, and like listening to taps at 1 o'clock. And I actually was able to share that experience with Coach We were on the tee box together as we looked down onto the course, where we saw the clubhouse in the back and the American flag, and it was just a very neat moment. This event not only made me realize that I still need lots of improvement in my short game, but the importance of our fallen heroes and what they've done for our country, all the sacrifices that they've went through for the greater good. And as a Korean American, this event brought out patriotism that I have for this country, and the amount of gratitude that I have for our fallen heroes and our veterans. We want to thank the Folds of Honor for all the work that they do to ensure the respect and support our veterans deserve through all of the scholarships and donations that they do, and for giving us this special opportunity to experience this event firsthand. Thank you.
Hello, my name is Will Winslow. I'm also a rising senior. And we knew about this tournament April of 2022, or just like almost a year before it actually happened. So I knew this was a really special tournament, and that I was really looking forward to it. And I kind of read a little bit about the course and this whole what was going to happen, but I didn't really know what to expect. And so when we got there, we pulled up in the Hornet van, dropped our clubs off, and you could tell this was special because this just doesn't happen at high school tournaments normally. And they have this memorial right when you get out of your car. You take your hat off, and it's just really cool, kind of the whole design. Like, this isn't a normal golf course. It's kind of feels like I was in DC a little bit with the memorial, and just seeing all the like patriotism and kind of like music playing a little bit in the background, and just very unique experience. Then just a huge American flag right in between the 10th hole and the 9th hole. Just ginormous, and staying on the putting green before, just kind of remembering what the game was all about and why we were really there. Then I was on the 10th fairway when taps was played, and that was looking back at the flag and the trumpet player and just seeing the whole thing. I got chills on the 10th fairway. It was really cool. Just kind of seeing what happened and sharing that experience with my team and Coach Debbie. Just kind of the friendships that we have. Then the Folds of Honor program, just so cool. Kind of what was founded in 2007, and just the opportunities that it provides for military families. And I'm a member at Ann Arbor Golf and Outing, and we have a tournament at the end of the season every year. And it's just a big deal. All the proceeds go to that, and I know that in the past few years we've raised a lot of money. I think last year was like $35,000. So it was just really cool to kind of see what happens with all that money and know that military families are really being affected positively, and kind of just the whole gist of things, just everything going towards a great program. So thanks everybody for coming out tonight, today through the rain, supporting a great program, and thank you.
Well, if I could just take a few more minutes to just talk about Katie Melcher a little bit. As the guys mentioned, each school that participated had to pick a hero from their town. And so I was, trying to figure out who, and the name of her came up. So Katie was a high school golfer at Saline, went to the state finals, went on to Arizona to to go to college, and then went back to Washington, D.C. to work for the government. She was in the Capitol building on 9/11, went through the trauma of that, and then one of her jobs was speech writing, and she used to write letters to all the moms of people that had officers that had fallen in the line of duty. So she said to herself, this is not enough. So she went and enlisted in the Army, and as was mentioned, became an Apache helicopter pilot. She had her own squadron. She had men, and again, lost 2 of her men, and was injured in war, came home an injured veteran, and then came back to Saline, and now she's the executive director of Fisher House by the VA. And for those of you that aren't familiar with Fisher House, it's kind of like Ronald McDonald House for the U of M hospital. So Fisher House houses the families of veterans that come back. And so she was supposed to be here tonight to speak to you, and she came and talked to the guys, and it was just very powerful and impactful how her life has been affected and the Folds of Honor and everything it's done. So, you know, on behalf of Saline and actually all the high school players that play in that tournament, we're so grateful to American Dunes and so honored to be able to help support the Folds of Honor. Thank you.